Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wherever you are watching this. Welcome to our post-match reactions as we have a look back at Arsenal versus Chelsea. 3-1 to the Arsenal Odegaard on the double. And we're joined by a very special guest today, Merv, Arsenal fan. How are you doing, Merv?
Good, thank you.
Good, huh? All right, Russell, how are you feeling, bro?
Good set of games. Past 2 days, not really any surprising results to be honest.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's true. Okay, let's dive into it. Odegaard on the double. Clearly he's been pivotal for Arsenal this season. I'm gonna throw this out here. Start off with you, Mo. Do you think there is any other player in the top four that is as important to his team as Odegaard is?
Clearly, if we look at Haaland, Man City, there's no arguing there that he's really impactful.
To put
Bruyne
him
as
up,
well.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't think I would say that. Yeah, I don't think Odegaard is that impactful for amongst the top four. I think primarily also because I think I read a stat somewhere that said that Arsenal's the only team that has 4 players, I think, who has scored 10 or more goals. So I think for Arsenal, really, it's not one player alone. It's really a team effort.
Okay. What do you think? Like Odegaard, not as important as maybe other players to their team?
I think the point that Merv brought up about that stat about I think 4 players and I think above 10 goals this season and Nketiah is on 9.
Yeah,
So that's just shows how widespread the goals coming from for Arsenal. But I have to disagree. I think like Odegaard is a guy that gets them thinking. Like this season, I've not seen Arsenal play well when Odegaard wasn't playing well.
Yeah.
And he's just a guy that gets everyone to play at their full potential. I feel like he brings confidence to that team, especially the attack. Like the front three really thrives when Odegaard is playing his game. When he's like unsure or when he has low confidence in the game, it shows like in the front three as well. And I don't think we've seen Arsenal this season without Odegaard. Like I don't think he's been injured, so we haven't seen how much of a impact.
If he wasn't playing,
I think he's crazy. I don't think he got injured this year, which is a very good thing for Arsenal.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, it might not be a good thing as well because you don't know whether your team can function when one of a key player is missing. So do you need to strengthen that in the summer? So, but I have to disagree. I think that Odegaard is that guy, and Odegaard and Partey, are the two guys that really get that midfield ticking and the Arsenal squad. When they are both playing well, they look a different team.
Yeah. To your point, actually, Merv, you're right about that stat. There are 4 players in Arsenal who are currently on 10 goals or more. Martinelli, Saka, Odegaard, and who's the fourth one there? Jesus, yeah, Gabriel Jesus. Yeah. Moving on from Arsenal, Chelsea. Utterly wretched season, seems to be getting worse. Can it get any worse than this? Surely not, right? No?
Relegation?
I mean, they're only 7 points from safety at this point.
I think he's sitting at 39, which is just on par with Bournemouth. That's wild to think about. Like at the start of the season, you would never think that Chelsea and Bournemouth would be on the same points with 6 games left, 5 games left in the season. That's crazy.
But even though, right, Merv, would you take anybody from this Chelsea team into Arsenal?
Probably Kante. If I were to have a player in my team in Arsenal for next season, just as a backup, I think Kante, is someone that we could use. Just if we wanted to kind of close out games, especially, or if we wanted to kind of control the midfield a bit more, then that's where he'll come in quite handy. But I think to your point earlier, I don't think it can get any worse for Chelsea. It's pretty bad right now. I think Chelsea has lost the fear factor. As an Arsenal fan, I can tell you, I would have been quite worried if Arsenal were to play Chelsea in the past seasons past rather. But this time around, to be honest, I really wasn't expecting any other outcome except an Arsenal win. Because if you see them playing, being on par with Bournemouth is one thing. It's just, this just playing as a bunch of individuals, not really as a team. And just, in a pretty bad state right now.
I mean, like, after the January transfer window shenanigans, Mudryk, Trossard, who do you think came out on top in that? I mean, Trossard, right?
I mean, hindsight's 2020, so I would say that Trossard was an exceptionally good buy, right? I mean, I know when he was bought, before he was playing, a lot of the pundits were saying that, he was probably a better buy because he's, more battle worn, EPL proven. I mean, I agree. Having seen what he's done, he's had a huge impact. But I think, I think Mudryk would have been, I wouldn't brush it off as he looks like a failure now. But I think on that, maybe some magic would have been conjured. Maybe would have been able to find his spot in what seems to be a young and upcoming team. Maybe Arteta would groom him. So I think I still think there's a loss for Arsenal not to get Mudryk, to be honest. But yeah.
I think talking about Mudryk, I think the biggest problem now is a player at that age coming at that price tag. He needs the right guidance, and he's lost because there's no direction at Chelsea, which really might hinder his potential. I'm not really a keen fan of Chelsea and the way they're doing this stuff, but looking for at player development and like looking at him, he has a talent, but he just needs the right guidance. If he had gone to Arsenal, you might see a different kind of Mudryk because the way they play and everybody around there is young. I mean, you can learn. There's like I think Arteta is good at that youth development.
Yeah.
So like, given how Chelsea is now, they don't really like have any path progression for these young players. They're bringing like all these young players, but all of them don't look like they have direction. And they all you're gonna do in given this state of Chelsea is just demoralize them, and making them question the decision on whether it was the right choice to join this organization or the club, because they all signed 8-year contracts. That is wild. Like all put pen down 8 years.
Crazy,
And then, given how shaky this past season has been, like watching the game, the only player that was a leader in that team is Thiago Silva, and he's 38.
Yeah.
I mean,
you can't exactly build your team.
And he was the only one that was really giving two shits about the game. He was shouting, and then everybody else was just going through the motion. The players you supposed to galvanize the team, like Raheem Sterling, didn't really care. Look so done. Aubameyang. Aubameyang is waiting to go back to Barca. Like, you don't want this kind of personalities in your dressing room, especially as a youngster.
Or this lack of personality.
This guy's you're going there and you're like, wow, is this the kind of team I want to be in? And no, I signed an 8-year contract. How am I going to get out of this if I want to get out? Yeah.
I mean, just some stats for you guys. Chelsea currently have 35 recognized first team players. This is not including academy players or like players that are on loan or reserves or whatever. 35 first team players. So if things have been so bad that they can't even use the changing room together because there's absolutely no space at all in the changing room. But yeah, it seems like there's probably going to be a big clear out at Chelsea at the end of the season.
Yeah, because there's players coming in as well.
Yeah. There are going to be more players coming in. I don't know.
Malo Gusto, all are set to come into Chelsea, and I don't know. They really have to clear before they can bring it in.
Yeah.
And like
FFP will screw them.
I think Todd Bowley has got a wrong idea of what football he's playing, because if it's in NFL, you can have a very wide array of 60 players in your team and still work because it's interchanging. I think he didn't think that he didn't have the knowledge about. And the team shouldn't be that big. I thought he thinks the more the merrier in his sense.
Apparently, there's a nickname going around for Todd Bowley right now. He's being called Ted Bowley in honor of Ted Lasso. So
Ted Lasso is clear.
Ted Lasso is clear. Ted Lasso is that one. All right, so let's move it back to Arsenal here. Further developments in the title race after the game against Chelsea, they went ahead. But Man City responded by winning 3-0 last night against West Ham. I'm going to put this out again to the Arsenal fan. Can Arsenal still win the title race, Merv?
I don't think so, to be honest. I didn't, and to be fair, I didn't think so 10 games ago. Or rather, when they had 10 games left, I didn't think that they would have done it, even at that point in time when they were leading with a fair chunk of points difference. So, I mean, the truth of the matter is they're facing they faced Liverpool, there's Chelsea, there's going to be Newcastle, there's Man City obviously, and I just felt like their remaining fixtures were not as easy as everyone seemed to think they were. And Arsenal just, as an Arsenal fan, I just haven't been on the side of seeing Arsenal, have the capability to close out, the season, in a long time, really. So I was hopeful, but I wasn't really expecting it. But right now, I can tell you, I'm not even hopeful. I mean, I'm praying for a miracle, sure, but I'm not even hopeful, to be honest. Yeah.
I mean, Russell caught some heat. Russell and Farik, and I guess a little bit myself too. We caught some heat on social media by saying that, Arsenal are not going to win this title race because they're lacking like serial winners and leaders in the team. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Arsenal fan on the internet right there.
I think championship pedigree is a real thing. I think it's not just in football, right? In various sports, basketball, etc. When you've experience, running the gauntlet and actually being clutch and being able to close out, and you know what it's like to kind of have to stick it through and ensure that you peak at the right time, etc. All these things matter, and I think Arsenal they've already, to credit to them, they've accelerated their learning curve. They came from one season where everyone was still calling for Arteta out to the last season where people were quite surprised at what they could do, and I think that served them quite well. And I think this season really, now they just need to figure out how do we deepen the squad, how do we keep our discipline, how do we not concede goals in the first 10 minutes, and maybe
not lose 2 goals.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, to be honest, they are coming up against a juggernaut in Man City, and it's just unfortunate for both Arsenal and in the past Liverpool as well. It's just coming up against such a good team.
Yeah. What do you think? I think I know where you stand on this, right? Whether or not Arsenal needs to win.
For me, it's done. After that the draw with Southampton was done for me, because three draws in a row after leading 2-0. Okay, 2 draws in a row after leading 2-0 and
going to
dropping points
against Southampton.
It's a loss. Yeah, it's a loss against Southampton in my books, not a draw, because they should be easily.
They should be. Arsenal.
It's at home. It was a home game
against a bottom-ranked team.
I think everybody was saying watching all the YouTube some AFTV and stuff. They're saying 4-0, 3-0. Nobody expected Southampton to even score.
Yeah,
they shouldn't even be scoring. If the Arsenal team was really motivated and they had a strong feeling they could win the league, they were really put that Southampton team down. They should have been a 4-5-0 game.
Yeah.
But I think going to that point where they don't have winners is the squad is very young. I don't blame them, and the leaders they have in their team are the ones that they consider leaders. Jesus, Zinchenko they brought from Man City were really more squad rotation players. They understood what it takes to win, but I think for them to translate and to motivate the team is a bit harder now. So they'll learn how from their past experiences how to do it maybe next season. Xhaka is also considered one of their leaders. Yeah. And I think by them bringing Jorginho, so you see the trend is they're bringing in players with experience like Jorginho, Trossard. They all have so many years under them. So the Jorginho is a big signing for me because he's a Euro winner, Champions League winner.
He probably hasn't had enough time to impart his wisdom to the squad. Right? I mean, he came in January, almost the last day. So
he's still adapting and still integrating into that squad. I think they really have to learn from these players. How do I get the mental of, the pressure is on, to just push that all the way and still play the game. Because you see the way that Arsenal plays, I may have to give it to them. They play very good.
Oh, they can play.
They play very good football. But I think they overcomplicate it, and I think they don't trust themselves in that pressure cooker situations to continue playing that game.
What was that classic line? The problem with Arsenal is they always want to walk it in.
Yeah.
I just dated myself. That's a really, really old reference. So looking ahead to the next game, we have Arsenal versus Newcastle, second place there. Let's have a quick preview of that. What do you think, Murph? How's it going to go down? Predictions?
I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw. To be honest, I don't think we're going to win it, especially because it's not at home, and Newcastle I kind of need to respect that where they're at as well. I just don't think it's going to be a win. So 2-2 draw for me.
Russ, quick one.
Yeah, I don't think it will be either team's going to win. I think it's a 1-1 draw for me. It's a hard game at St. James's Park, especially given
toughest defense in the league.
Yep, Newcastle's home form this season, and they are also fighting for something. So it's two teams fighting for something for the season. It's gonna be a very close. I think 1-1.
KG. All right, I'm gonna just be lame and agree with both of you and be like, yes, it will be a 1-1. That's what I think. Yeah,
I thought you were gonna say like 4-0 Newcastle.
4-0. Only if the Alexander Isak that showed up at Everton shows up for that game. So yeah. Merv, you've cut out.
We almost.
There you are. Audio cut out there for a second.
But
sorry, Merv.
No, I was saying we almost bought Isak. So, but I think
that would have been something. Yeah.
But he's been injured as well, so he could be. Yeah, I mean, he's been injured. I think but they have a good backup striker in Callum Wilson.
I think Jesus was still a good buy.
Definitely. Yeah. All right. Okay, guys, we're going to wrap it up right now. Thank you, Russ, for your time as always. And thank you to our special guest, Murph. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope to see you again in a future episode. I've been Rafi. And this has been our post-match reactions. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.